Hey friends, it's Kat here, and we're gonna get right back into the Legend of Korra today because no, I am not gonna let it go another freaking 6 months between our next reactions. We are coming into the home stretch of this show, folks, and you guys have done nothing but continue to hype this third book here. It's finally cold enough in Los Angeles, aka it's less than 70 degrees, so we can finally represent the water tribe once again. It's been too long since this has made an appearance in one of these Korra videos, and it feels good to be back. So we are getting into the thick of it with book 3. Korra and the gang have set out to go hunt down Ai Wei for his treachery, but I think that they're about to be in over their head, and whatever the frick happens, we're gonna watch the next 2 episodes because then we have the final 3, the finale, to watch consecutively. So we're going to only do 2 today, but whatever happens, I hope that we can just get a little bit more intel of Zaheer and what the frick their motivations are with Korra, but I fear that this is a little bit naive for her to be going out with her friends. I don't doubt them. I don't doubt that they can take care of themselves, but she's really exposed now, and if there's one thing we've learned from the past batch of episodes, it's that there are people now. Zaheer and his companions are not acting on their own. They have a support system. Clearly, they were able to infiltrate. That means that they have accomplices, or at least supporters elsewhere who could be waiting in the wings anywhere, lurking in the shadows, that are equally willing to betray Korra or frame her or set her up. I'm scared, but we're gonna keep going. All right, let's get back into this. All right, we are going to be watching episodes 9 and 10 today. Episode 9, The Stakeout. Oh god.
Ai Wei, Sue's trusted advisor, has been working with Zaheer, but Sue tasks Team Avatar with tracking him down. Korra searches for answers.
I still can't believe Sue let them go. I think Lin is gonna rip her a new one for that. Okay, where the frick? Huh?
Ai Wei's definitely been through here. Nice tracking, girl.
Maybe someone's seen him.
Ooh, look, they have a mover poster of me. Must be big Nuktuk fans. Yeah.
I think that's
Those
a
are
wanted
wanted
poster.
posters. And there's one for each of us.
Oh.
Wanted by Her Majesty
Well,
the Earth
that's...
Queen for crimes against the kingdom.
If I ever see her pinchy little queen face again, I am gonna... guys?
Oh god, the kids back in the real world.
Where is everyone?
Now don't get mad, Korra's fine. I'm just waiting to hear if she tracked down Ai Wei yet.
What? You go stab me in the back?
You can't control the Avatar's every move.
I can try.
That was tame. That was tame for Lin. I was expecting worse. Like, Sue literally let them go put themselves in danger.
This must be Ai Wei's jeep. He can't be far.
Bolin and I will investigate the Misty Palms oasis. You and Asami wait here in case he comes back.
Ooh, Mako. We should wear disguises and pretend we're going undercover.
Not recognizable,
now
yeah.
we need our undercover identities.
Let's just find Ai Wei.
But I haven't even told you your backstory.
I'm a cop. I don't have a backstory.
Ooh, you're good at this.
But Lin needs his motivation.
Shoot! Human customers only!
Excuse me, sir. We're looking for a man about 60.
He's got this weird piercing that goes from his nose to his ear. Freaks me out.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like a guy who came in last night, told him I had the best drinks in the Earth Kingdom, and he called me a liar.
That's him.
But he was right. My drinks are terrible.
I forgot, duh. He's a truth sayer.
What does Zaheer want with me? What's his plan?
I don't know.
$1 million
But I
questions.
think I found a clue.
Zhaibao's Grove, sundown.
Zhaibao's Grove. Where are you? Go away. I'm trying to find something.
No luck here.
I think there might be a couple bounty hunters over there who recognize me.
Let's lose them.
Those bright neon yellow capes don't really help.
We should head back to Korra before someone else recognizes us.
Oh!
We could follow Ai Wei instead. Look!
No, this is a trap.
Cool.
Why would he be out so openly? No, he's literally out in the open in plain sight, like luring them, I think.
We found Ai Wei hiding at an inn.
It looks like he's going to meet Zaheer at sundown at a place called Zhaibao's Grove.
I say we stake out his room, and when he leaves for this meeting, we follow him.
And he'll lead us straight to Zaheer.
Well, it's about time, please. I need answers.
We'd like a room on the ground floor, across from 102, please.
Last time a bunch of teenagers came in here, they trashed the whole room.
We found you! Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not here to fight you. We're here to meet Nuktuk.
We're your biggest fans.
Always love meeting my fans.
Why'd y'all chase him down, like terrorizing him? Oh my god.
I made this Nuktuk doll for you.
Cute.
You
Why
shouldn't
didn't
have.
you tell me your friend was a mover star?
We'll just take the one across from 102.
But that room is too small for the four of you.
It'll be perfect.
This room is not perfect. Naga!
How'd Naga fit through the door?
There he is.
He literally sees them. This is a trap, y'all. He's acting too vulnerable.
Hey, look! A pie show board!
I'll play.
Wouldn't really be a fair game.
I learned to play from my dad, the diabolical genius. I'll destroy you.
It is a game of both strategy and chance. How can it be both?
Let me see that. Each culture has its own rules and variations on the game.
Korra, as the Avatar, you need to standardize these pie show rules.
I'll put that on my to-do list right after bringing back the Air Nation and taking down the group that tried to kidnap me.
That's cool, whenever you get to it.
Assuming we do find Zaheer, what then?
Then I make him talk.
If Iway and Zaheer don't know they're being watched, they'll talk freely.
Why hasn't Iway left yet?
I just saw him peeking out the window 15 minutes ago.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
going
peeking
over
out
there.
at you guys.
Korra, wait! You're gonna blow our element of surprise.
He already probably knows that they are there. This is all a trap.
What?
That's a weird way to nap.
He's not sleeping.
Oh my god, is he dead?
He's meditating. Those spirits were trying to tell us something earlier. Jaibao's Grove isn't on the map because it's not in the physical world. It's in the spirit world.
Oh.
I'm going in after him.
Okay, well, we've got this. Korra has literally been in the trenches in the spirit world. She knows what the frick she's doing. This is her domain.
What happened back in Zaofu? Because of you, we've all been compromised.
But there is no need to worry. I was not followed.
You left a loose end. You are the loose end.
Zaheer!
Well, Korra, keep your guard up. Turn around.
It seems Iway was mistaken, which just leaves the two of us.
But what the frick do you want? Come on, answers,
Don't
please.
move, Zaheer. You're gonna give me some answers.
And I'm not going anywhere. I'll answer whatever questions you have. You deserve that much.
Huh?
What would you like to know?
Everything?
First off, who are you people?
We are part of a secret society dedicated to restoring freedom to the world, the Red Lotus.
Red Lotus?
We are what the White Lotus was meant to be. The White Lotus lost its true purpose and openly served the Avatar. Shai Bao broke from the White Lotus and began his own society.
But it doesn't explain why you tried to take me when I was a kid.
That was Unalak's idea.
What?
What the
My
F?
uncle was part of the Red Lotus?
Oh, that checks out. Why am I surprised right now?
Misty Palms Inn. Find her.
Oh my god.
You two go.
How the frick is he able to
Zaheer and make
speak
sure
in his
Zaheer's
physical
safe.
realm? What?
After we had both joined the Red Lotus, we learned about Rava and Vatu. Avatar 1 foolishly severed them. He closed the portals. Even you realized the error in his ways.
You and my uncle planned to use me to open the portals and release Vatu?
I could have taught you so much. All I wanted was to show the Avatar a better path for the world.
Y'all, get out.
Water arm lady and lava guy found us.
How?
Korra, come on, wake up!
Yeah, how the frick is Zaheer able to communicate in
Get
his
Korra
physical
out
and
of here.
spiritual realms? Watery arms. Freaking run!
If my uncle came up with a plan to abduct me when I was a kid, why wasn't he caught?
He covered up his involvement afterwards. Unalak becoming a Dark Avatar was never part of our mission.
And
Well, he
what
went
is
a little
your
rogue.
mission, exactly.
To restore balance to this world. You kept the spirit portals open. But why stop there? Having nations and governments is as foolish as keeping the human and spirit realms separate.
Taking out world leaders isn't the answer.
True freedom can only be achieved when oppressive governments are torn down. The natural order is disorder. Do you know who once said, new growth cannot exist without first the destruction
Let me
of the
guess.
old?
Guru Lahima?
Is Guru Lahima, an airbender.
Fanboy! Oh no, they're getting dunked on.
I can't beat this guy! Wanna trade?
Nice. Oh, F. Yow! Ow! Oh no, she's gonna bend you. She's gonna bend you, Bolin! No! He looks like Aang!
I have these two under control.
Well, that at least killed some time. Well, I thought it killed some time.
Being locked away for so many years, I was beginning to lose hope.
As an airbender, you could help make a positive difference in the world instead of destroying it.
Once change begins, it cannot be stopped, even by the Avatar.
If you do capture me, what are you gonna do with me?
You'll have that answer soon enough. The Red Lotus should have you by now. See you in the physical world.
Fudge! Korra, wake up! Wake up! Get up! Get up! No! They got her looking like Hannibal Lecter in here. What the F?
Zaheer! You tricked me! Let me go!
Zaheer didn't capture us. The Earth Queen's forces did.
Where are we?
I'm not sure. Some camp by the desert. They're taking us back to Ba Sing Se.
Okay, well they at least intercepted, so that's good.
But we figured you could find a use for these two.
Rats.
We're taking a trip to Ba Sing Se.
Okay. Well, that delivered everything I was freaking hoping for because we finally got some holy smoke. So we went to having absolutely zero knowledge of Zaheer's motivations or what the frick was moving him, what he was serving, how he was operating, who he was operating with. So now we went from zero to face-to-face freaking sit down with Korra. We got mostly everything except what the frick he wants to do with her. So why would he not just tell her there in that moment? It clearly must not be desirable. It must not be favorable. Or whatever they want to do with it. They probably want to end the cycle of the Avatar. If his whole motive is they want to eradicate all world leaders, the Avatar is like a central figure. The Avatar almost kind of doesn't hold more power necessarily than the world leaders, but, you know, the Avatar's influence transcends beyond the nations. You know, Korra is a symbol of, you know, peace. She's a servant to everybody, regardless of, in spite of any biases and whatnot, but that doesn't give her ultimate power and whatnot. So I just can't help but fixate on, well, if they want to eradicate all world leaders and bring chaos, the role of the Avatar is to, you know, prevent that and help interfere in the event that there is global chaos. So I'm assuming that all roads lead to they just have to get rid of the Avatar, but they have to somehow break the cycle. But Unalaq obviously did that a little bit. So, okay, I can't believe, okay, I cannot believe that I'm shocked in the slightest bit at all. I cannot even believe a smithereen of the cells in my body are even shocked by the thought that Unalaq had anything to do with this. And of course, it's typical in character of him. I'm not surprised to hear that he was in on this, helped orchestrate this entire thing, and essentially not framed these people, but opened the door to lead them to their doom. Didn't participate the night that they tried to kidnap Korra, and then he got out scot-free. So that makes sense why none of them would have coughed that information up. However, that would have been valuable information for them to barter with. I mean, granted, Unalaq probably would have silenced them anyway if they exchanged that information for some freedom, but it's clear now that they were willing to serve a larger purpose, so perhaps they took that risk, assuming that Unalaq, you know, was going to continue their objective, their mission at hand here, and they were willing to sacrifice their own freedom and keep their mouths shut if they knew that it meant that the rest of the orchestrations of the Red Lotus, now that we know it's a larger society, could operate, you know, in spite of their imprisonment. But clearly, you know, I guess they were banking on Unalaq continuing it, and he went rogue. Not shocking. He's the most selfish piece of garbage ever. Thank gosh he's gone, but he did his own thing, and, you know, only then used Korra for his own, you know, power-hungry motivations to become the Dark Avatar. You know, as Zaheer said, they had no idea that that was going to happen, so that's fair that they would still keep their mouths shut, not anticipating that Unalaq was going to do absolutely nothing to help free them, and then was just going to go in his own self-serving path and go a little bit off the rails in ways that they could not have anticipated. So that doesn't shock me, but I can't believe I didn't imagine that Unalaq could have been a part of this at all in all of the freaking theories that I have been spitting out, y'all, throughout the beginning, the majority of this season. I never even considered that Unalaq could have been in on a kidnap plan or whatnot, but that makes perfect sense. And he obviously did succeed, though, in spite of his self-serving deviations to become the Dark Avatar and swallow Vaatu and whatnot. He did succeed a little bit in what one of their larger goals was, which is to merge once again, the spirit and human realms. But for utter chaos, God, each season I think things just get worse and worse and worse. But where could this go from here? Is it public knowledge? Is it publicly known that in his world domination efforts, Unalaq eviscerated the spirits of all of the past Avatar, essentially wiping out the chain and leaving Korra kind of as the beginning of a new cycle, clean slate with no connection or spiritual link to them whatsoever? Is it public knowledge that the former avatars have been erased? I can't remember if they addressed that at the beginning of the season, but that obviously wouldn't be a good look for Korra if, word got out that she has zero connection. She's been trying to reforge her connection, I think, when she was talking with Tenzin at the beginning of the season. So I would imagine they're probably trying to keep that on the down low, trying to keep that quiet so people don't start questioning her validity. If it's like, okay, well, you can't even access the power of all of your prior lives before you. However many cycles just got erased, however many years, generations worth of former Avatar knowledge, that you no longer have access to. So I wonder if Zaheer knows that Unalaq was successfully at least able to disrupt the cycle of things in that regard. He wiped the slate clean when it comes to the Avatar. Was that part of their game plan all along for Korra? What more could they possibly want that already was such a deep cut, a severe hit to throw things out of balance? Other than if they want to just break the cycle somehow permanently. I'm not sure how you would do that other than they would have to kill Korra, but also somehow ensure that nobody reincarnates then. That's the spirit of Rava. It's Rava's light that is able to, be reborn and reincarnate. So I guess in order to completely break that cycle, they would have to completely eviscerate Rava, which Unalaq almost did. But is that what they're looking for? Because there's balance. That was the whole moral that we learned. As long as there is light, there will be darkness, but as long as they coexist to get, there's balance. I'm just off the rails right now. I'm just riffing because I have absolutely no idea, and I could be completely wrong that, all of their intentions are similar to Unalaq's, in which he erased, the chain of Avatar histories and whatnot for Korra's, spiritual connections. So I can't help but assume that if their overarching objective is to eradicate all world leaders, I would imagine the Avatar falls into that. So perhaps their main objective, their main initiative, is to completely eliminate the symbol of the Avatar forever and have nobody there, because that's the role of the Avatar, to keep world peace and, kind of prevent and interfere when there is chaos. So I don't know. But once again, though, similar to Amon, he had the opportunities to take Korra's bending away and make an example of her, yet he saved it for the right time. So similarly here for Zaheer, Korra straight up asking, well, what do you want from me? And he's making her wait till the right opportune time. The answer will come soon, but at least we got freaking something, y'all. Thank gosh, we got a lot more than I thought, frankly. I've been at the end of my rope begging for some answers, and I feel honestly, frankly, stupid that this revelation about Unalaq didn't occur to me freaking sooner. I thought all of his personal beef was just, I guess, between, it was familial, it was the brother's baggage and whatnot, it was against her dad and everything like that, and he obviously was so self-serving. He was willing to throw his own children to the side in order to make his dark dreams come true, as we saw. So I thought all of his intentions were just greedy, self-motivated. I didn't consider that he was serving a larger society. So that also, though, begs the question, what the frick has the rest of the Red Lotus been doing? If these four have been in prison this whole time, it still begs the question, well, if this is a larger society, what has been maybe happening behind the wings, behind the scenes, in the meantime, for the past 13 years that these four were locked up? Has anybody been trying to take the reins to make this all happen? Maybe. I mean, obviously we learned that, Ai Weiwei was willing to immediately step up and serve them and betray everyone in order to help them out, and he was extremely fearful of them, clearly, you know, Zaheer. But this is what's really interesting, because I was beginning to question whether their motivations were sinister or violent. Now that we know that Zaheer, he's able to somehow communicate spiritually and physically. He's able to have some dual control over his physical and spiritual beings while they're operating at the same time. Korra goes into a meditative state. She can't control. The whole point of the spirit world is your physical body's in danger. How is he able to tune into? They answered some questions and then keep unlocking new ones. So interesting. This is the most we've freaking heard from him, and the fact that it was face to face with Korra, at least, so they could have some exchange. She could get the lay of the land, take in her opponent. He is really intriguing because he explained to her, he was like, we don't have to fight. I actually want to talk to you. I'll tell you whatever the frick you want to know, other than the ultimate answer of what do you want to do with Korra. But he's so calmly discussing these world domination plans, even though he's approaching it as it's the antithesis of world domination, because we don't want world leaders. Look at all the poor examples in history that we've seen play out in which world leaders were, you know, careless with their power and caused huge rifts in the way of things. You know, the complete wipeout of the airbenders, you know, everything that's going on with the Earth Queen right now, Fire Lords of old, everything, you know, every instance of poor management that they've, you know, brought up. But I don't think you could necessarily bring those up as a fair example of, see, we can have no world leaders at all. You know, I whether Zaheer is fully aware of the chaos that would entail, or whether he is aware, and that's exactly what he's embracing. He's like, yeah, things would go to absolute shiz. He believes obviously the opposite, that it wouldn't, that would be that proper way of things. I guess his whole MO here of the Red Lotus is the people in power have interfered too much. Even, for example, the Avatar. You know, Avatar 1, when he made the first fatal mistake of, you know, splitting the spirits after however many thousands of years that they had been latched and fighting and keeping each other at bay, and what he unleashed. And that was the whole then purpose of the Avatar, was basically he had to backtrack and be like, all right, my new role now is I'm going to keep things in balance because I was the one who disrupted the balance, so now I gotta clean up. When you boil it down, surface level, like, yeah, I guess this was the biggest freaking rant. I didn't wrap that up at all because, frankly, my brain just shut off a little bit. But all of this, though, is to say that I am infinitely more intrigued. Already was in Zaheer. There was so much mystery around him, but now I'm just very curious about his intentions, because he doesn't seem violent. He straight up, you know, was matching Korra. They were on the same wavelength. Like, dare I say, they had some good rapport. He was answering every question she asked as calm as could be, and was acknowledging, you know, her intelligence and praising her for, like, look at these things that you did right, that we want to keep encouraging, that we want to expand upon. You know, look at what you had to do with your uncle. Even you agreed that the realms, you know, the spirit portal needed to remain opened and whatnot. So, sorry, I keep saying realm, by the way. I just was in Game of Thrones mode, finishing Fire and Blood, so that's like trickling into my vernacular here. But for the good of the realms, Korra left the spirit portal open, unlocked. So, you know, Zaheer's here kind of reassuring her of all these decisions. He's like acknowledging, yes, we are kind of on the same page here in some respects. When you look at it, my overall goal, you've already contributed to some of it. Phase 1, keep the portals open. So, dang it, everybody's been trying to freaking just manipulate Korra and use her for their own weird, larger Dominion purposes since she was a freaking child. But the fact that they wanted to get her as a child, to me, I can't help but assume that this implies that they were trying to eliminate, they're trying to destroy the reincarnation process somehow with the Avatar. All right, end rant. That was a lot, but god dang, we got so many answers, and now, gosh darn it, we're going back to the goddamn Earth Queen. Oh, she's so insufferable. They locked her up like freaking Hannibal Lecter, y'all. Whew. Okay, let's get into it. All right, let's get into episode 10. Long live the Queen. Well, great. Back to this chaos. Oy. Oh, and now the group's separated, too. We got poor Mako and Bolin who are prisoners. Oh, our powers are divided. Well, hopefully Lin steps in and can help intercept some of this at all. I'm not sure. Ugh.
The Red Lotus is the world's newest threat, whose mission is to take out all the nation's leaders and destroy world order. Now both parties are headed toward Ba Sing Se. Change.
Oh. How did I not know that was the title of his book?
You have to let me out!
Screaming about terrorists in the spirit world. You're the one who sounds insane.
Why do y'all have her wrapped up like this? God, this Earth Queen freaking stinks.
It's going to be so uncomfortable.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm under orders.
Can't you just chain me to that railing?
Well, as long as you're chained up, I guess it doesn't make a difference.
Well, Korra can metal bend now, but I mean her arms.
Thank you, sir.
We're also not going to bring you any rocks or fire, so don't ask. We're not opening your compartment till we reach Ba Sing Se.
I wonder if they were okay.
Oh, they are not.
Why did you need Korra alive back in Zaofu? Why didn't you just take her out when you had the chance?
Look, all you need to know is that the world is about to change for the better.
For 15 years, huh? That must have been like crazy boring.
Actually, it was only 13 years.
Did you sing songs, work on crafts?
Not a lot of craft supplies in a volcanic prison cell.
Will you stop making friends with the bad guys?
Sorry.
We're almost there.
We have to find a way out of this prison before we get to the Earth Queen.
Heck yes, Asami! Oh, okay!
Give me 5 minutes, then start yelling for help.
When is the Avatar scheduled for delivery?
First, there are some people here who captured 2 of the Avatar's friends.
You know I don't meet with bounty hunters.
They say they have some information that might interest you. The location of your stolen airbenders.
Really? Fine, send them in.
What's the lesser of two evils here?
Yes.
Red Lotus or this insufferable?
I hope this isn't just some ruse to try to increase your bounty.
You can consider these 2 a thank you gift for simply taking the time to talk to us.
He's got away with words, y'all.
Where are my airbenders?
Once you hand the Avatar over to me,
Who told you that we have the Avatar?
that could put you in a difficult position. Imprisoning the Avatar will cause the other nations to turn against you and demand her freedom. But if you let me take her today, no one need ever know she was here. All I can say is that I have business with her. But she won't be bothering you again. I can assure you of that.
Okay, well that means death. That means the end.
Send these 2 to the dungeon.
Well, that's nifty. Ow, how far did they freaking fall? Is there a cushion down there?
Get in here! Something happened to my friend! She needs help!
Yes, Asami! Step up! Go team! Oh, well, that's not good. Oh no, we are gonna be in the desert, y'all.
Hang on to something!
Dang it. Last time we were in a desert, y'all, Appa got kidnapped. I don't wanna. What's this show's desert arc gonna be?
Well, they say any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. But given our location, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, even if you metal bend the propellers back into shape, we'd have to dig this whole thing out of the sand.
Is everyone all right?
Like you care.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't let you take me to the Earth Queen as a captive.
I radioed Ba Sing Se before we went down. We just need to sit tight.
We need to get out of here now.
You're our prisoners, and it's our duty to transport you to the Earth Queen.
You don't want to fight me.
I'm afraid you weren't giving us much of a choice.
Wait,
Oh,
did that sand dune
dude.
just move?
It was probably just a mirage. The desert
Sand
played
worms,
tricks
y'all.
on you.
Y'all didn't tell me Legend of Korra had SHOUTOUT.
Do you want to help us get this ship up and running, or do you want to wait around and meet that thing?
I want to meet that thing.
We have to find a way out of here before Zaheer gets his hands on Korra. Take me with you. Bolin, this is up to you. I know you can metal bend.
You can metal bend?
I believe in you.
I believe in you too, Bolin.
I've never been able to do it. Not even a little.
You just haven't had the right motivation. But this is your time. Bolin! Bolin! Bolin!
Here I go. Metal bending!
Oh no. Oh. I think he will though. Oh yes, speaking of help, finally saved. Oh, Naga.
Here, chew on this and leave me alone.
Alan brought the treats.
Tonrock, meet me at the Misty Palms Oasis.
Oh, we're enlisting Tonrock too? Let's go.
All right!
Sandworm!
That's no spirit.
That's childhood, y'all. Okay, you can ride it. Get on its back. You can steer it.
It's gone for now.
Kong! Are you all right?
Another ship is on the way. We just need to hold our position for a few hours.
We can't just wait around for that thing to pick us off one by one!
Maybe we can still build something to get us all out of here. We might have enough material to construct a makeshift sand sailor.
We'll give that sandy beast a run for his money yet.
Wait here.
Your Majesty, we received a distress signal from the airship carrying the prisoners.
Send another airship to retrieve the Avatar immediately.
What are we going to do now?
She'll be long gone by the time they arrive.
It doesn't matter. It's time to make her come to us. Apologies, Your Majesty, but I couldn't help overhearing that the Avatar won't be joining us today.
Tell me where the airbenders are right now.
That wasn't the deal.
Seize these hoodlums and throw them in prison.
Alright, is it bad that I'm actually rooting for the Red Lotus here? We have a common enemy. Get that, Earth Queen.
Get back here and lay down your life for your queen, you coward! You wouldn't dare attack a queen!
Oh, but that's actually exactly what he wants to do.
I don't believe in queens.
What the heck?
You think freedom is something that you can give or take on a whim. Freedom is just as essential as air. There is only darkness. Attention, citizens of Ba Sing Se. Moments ago, the Earth Queen was brought down at the hands of revolutionaries. I'm not going to tell you my name, because my identity is not important. It's time for you to find your own path. I deliver Ba Sing Se back into the hands of the people.
Oh. There is no wall in Ba Sing Se.
Come on, I know you can do it. This is your time. Do it.
I don't think he did that. I think they just opened all the doors.
But I bet all the other cells open.
I don't think that was you.
Oh.
I'm going to set you free, but I want to talk to you first. A message that I need you to take to Korra.
Just tell us! Hey! That thing has like 5 mouths.
We did it!
Thanks, Asami. You've got a good head on your shoulders. You know, whatever the conflict between you and the Queen is, I'm sure it's above my pay grade. You got a tough job.
Captain, have we been in the desert too long, or is that really a dragon over there?
So go. Yes, the power players, y'all.
Yeah! Easy, girl.
Oh my god.
Korra, you're safe. Do you remember Lord Zuko? I met you when you were a very young girl.
Thanks for ditching me back at Zalfu.
Sorry about that.
Did you hear about the Earth Queen?
What about her?
The Earth Queen's reign has come to an abrupt and violent end. Ba Sing Se has descended into chaos.
The Red Lotus. I'm afraid this is only the beginning, Dad.
Dang, y'all, this really is the best freaking season. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay, well, holy frick, so much to freaking unpack. So, typical fashion, the maybe a little bit insane, but seemingly very calm and well-spoken and articulate, maybe psychopath villain Zaheer is under the impression that his game plan here to unleash chaos is going to be the proper way of things, is the only way to create a clean slate. He says he wants nothing to do. He wants nothing to do with power or authority anymore. He's not looking to overthrow the queen so he can take her place, but isn't that where this always goes? Could the whole purpose of the Red Lotus be to create all this chaos so that they can then just swoop in and clean the place up and take the credit for it? Here he is, yes, in the moment saying, I'm not taking credit for the queen's demise. You don't need to know who I am. That's not important here. I'm not trying to be the hero. But the man in the cell over from Mako and Bolin is already saying this guy's my hero. Like, yes, for the people who've been oppressed under, you know, these world leaders who, yeah, unfortunately it's tough to make the argument against what they're doing here because the Earth Queen frickin' stinks. And it's been made abundantly clear that people have been trying to rebel against her. You know, the city being structured into these rings and whatnot, you know, the super wealthy. She was clearly hoarding a bunch of wealth and whatnot while, you know, all of her citizens in the outer rings were starving. And yes, is it great to be existing in a civilization structured like the way that she was, you know, her dominion over the Earth Kingdom was, or at least Bosling say, you know, she clearly wasn't the best leader and people were suffering. That said, though, the solution's clearly not just break down the wall and let everything go. They made it abundantly clear already that chaos has ensued and it's disorderly. Like, so is that the whole game plan for the Red Lotus, to create this disorder and then somebody has to remedy it? Otherwise nobody's gonna thank them for it. Like, yes, right now everybody who's been oppressed by the Earth Queen is thanking them and is grateful for this, but when things descend further and further into chaos, nobody necessarily benefits from that. So they're not gonna look favorably at the Red Lotus. They're gonna resent them for unleashing all of this and then doing nothing about it, unless the whole game plan is to come in and do something about it and the Red Lotus takes over and becomes, you know, their whole point is to, you know, replace the White Lotus and whatnot. So they do, I think, want some form of power in a sense, but just, you know, there I was saying, well, maybe Zaheer's not that bad. It's tough to get a freaking read on him because when he's having this exchange with Korra in episode 9, you know, he's meeting her on her level. He's telling her whatever she wants to hear and he's being very cordial about it. Like, he's civil. Yes, he has a good way with words and whatnot, but then the way he killed the Earth Queen here, he didn't want to just take her out. He made her suffer. We have never freaking seen that before, that he pulled the he airbent the oxygen out of her body. He airbent the air out of her lungs and choked her with it. Like, even just saying that sounds morbid as shit. You know what I mean? Like, that is a rebellious act. That's not merciful in any way, shape, or form. There were much faster ways that he could have done that. That was, you know, he lingered. He drew that out. She was awful, and he was spitting facts that she has, you know, robbed, you know, her people of so many of their freedoms and self-serving motivations. So, yes, there I was in that moment saying, oh, I kind of am rooting for them to dunk on the Earth Queen's guards because she stinks, but then I didn't know he was going to go do that in the next breath. Lack of breath. Rather, robbed her of her breath. I think right now the Red Lotus is presenting as, we don't want any power, we don't want any trouble, we want to just stir up the way of things and eradicate and eliminate all of these power-hungry, corrupt world leaders who have done nothing good for their people, you know, who are causing suffering, inflicting pain on their people who they should be helping, and instead they're just serving themselves. Yeah, that sounds great in theory, but the way this is about to play out, I think power is exactly what they are after. And I'm more certain than ever that they want to get rid of Korra, because her whole role would be to intervene and remedy these things. When things get out of balance, out of whack, that's when the Avatar comes in to restore balance. So I think, you know, they have to take Korra out of the picture in order to fully execute their game plan here. But here he is now saying, we're not going to chase her anymore, we're going to make her come to us. He knows that. He knows that she wants to just dunk on them face to face. They could have had that opportunity and he lost it. So now does Korra, would she know she's going to be walking into any sort of traps or whatnot? Or perhaps, who knows, all of this chaos could be ensuing at the moment, and yes, temporarily people could be thrilled about this and be like, heck yes, I'm Team Red Lotus. Oh, the Red Lotus did this? Let's thank them. Again, already we saw people being freed from the prison who were calling them their hero. You know, people see them in a favorable light right now, so perhaps the danger is growing even further with everyone's going to be Team Red Lotus now, willing to help them in whatever plans they're planning to execute, their next phase of all of this, of world domination and chaos ensuing. So, you know, if anything, this could just make matters even worse for Korra, because now I think people are going to be chomping at the bit, willing to do whatever they... I don't know. This could make matters worse because you might have more people now more willing than ever to help contribute to the Red Lotus plans, or they could be recruiting and enlisting further help to capture Korra and help, you know, execute the rest of their game plans here. But I feel like other nations are about to step up. Yes, Zaheer was spitting facts when he told the Earth Queen, you don't want to kidnap the Avatar because then other people are just going to intervene. But are the other nations just going to stand aside as they watch the Earth Kingdom descend into chaos and eat itself alive? I don't know. So I don't think Zaheer's the Red Lotus, I don't think their schemes here are not fully thought out. I think their plans look and sound good in theory, but they don't actually understand the full totality and consequences of what they're about to ensue on the world. Or maybe they fully do. Maybe they're like, no, we know exactly the type of chaos that this is going to bring, and that's what we want. That is their whole game plan. I don't know. I went on so many freaking rants today, and we only watched 2 episodes, y'all, but the final 3, oh my god, I need to edit this lightning fast so that I can watch the end of this season. Oh my gosh, but I don't want it to be over because it has been really good, and I think they have established some great mystery here, but the biggest question still remains, what the frick are they going to do with Korra? So thank you guys so very much for watching this. I will certainly not let another 6 months go between this and our next reaction, especially since we're heading into the finale. So stay tuned for the final 3 episodes of Book 3. And again, I feel stupid for not acknowledging that the title of this book was changed. We are going to finish it out next time I see you guys. So until then, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys have been doing so well as always, and a special shout out to my Korra friends here who are always patient in spite of the fact that it sometimes takes me a massive hiatus between these reactions to get back into this show. But thank you guys so much for sticking around in spite of some of my unintentionally long breaks. I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys are doing so well as always, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.